There once lived a young woman named Aisha in a little community tucked away among African sloped mountains. Aisha was well known for her brilliance, friendliness, and beauty in the village. She had spent 3 happy years in a romantic relationship with a young man by the name William. William was a diligent farmer who was well liked for his commitment to his trade. The village was envious of him and Aisha because of their believed unbreakable love. But like many stories, there was problem bubbling beneath the surface. William had no idea that Aisha had been hiding something at her school. She had been drawn into the seductive world of hookups. It began innocently enough at first, with study session late into the night, evolving into something more. However, Aisha quickly discovered that she was ensnared in a web of deceit, sneaking around to gratify her newly discovered needs behind William's back. In a remote part of the village market, William's friend happened to witness Aisha having an affair with another man on a fateful day. Feeling shocked and devastated, William went over to Aisha and asked her to explain her betrayal. Aisha, unable to handle the weight of her shame, broke down and admitted to her cheating, acknowledging that she had been living two lives for far too long. Feeling misled and confused, William left Aisha devastated and heartbroken. At their feet now lay the broken remnants of the once bright future they had imagined together. As the love of her life faded into the distance, Aisha saw the seriousness on William's face and realized too late how serious her action had been. Days stretched into weeks, and those weeks into months as Aisha struggled to accept the result of her decision. She could not get rid of the thought of her treachery, and the weight of her remorse was breaking her spirit. However, a spark of hope started to appear amid the darkness. Aisha, filled with a renewed feeling of resolve, turned to her studies for comfort and threw herself into her studies with unrelenting devotion. She poured through books and studied like a sponge for endless hours in the school library. She felt herself becoming stronger and more assured of her skills with every day that went by. Aisha's perseverance and hard work eventually paid off. She studied day and night to make sure she was ready for the competition, throwing herself into the process with a steely dedication. Her past transgressions were only a faint memory as she stood tall and confident on the day of the competition. To the surprise of everyone who knew her, Aisha came out on top, using her intelligence and tenacity to defeat opponents twice her age. She knew that she had at last found redemption as she stood on stage and held her trophy warmly in her hands. Despite the painful breakup of her relationship with William, Aisha found new power within herself. She was stronger and more resilient than ever after overcoming the mistakes she had made in the past. She also realized that her story was far from finished as she observed the expression of her friends and relatives. Aisha saw a bright future full of opportunities, demonstrating the strength of atonement and the resiliency of the human spirit.